Year in, how are you settling in France, on and off the pitch?
I think I settled in within the first 3 months anyway, but a year on, you know, now you can say you're defending our trophies. The year before I was like, oh, Lyon has won this, whereas now I'm like, no, I'm part of that history, winning the Champions League the year before with them in the league. So definitely was fully immersed into the club, the language, the players, friends with all the girls, settled in where I'm living and everything. So I'm definitely was in a really good place at the start of the year.
Wales kind of did this thing where they wanted Newport to be like a hostile environment and everything.
It was actually funny coming to training and they'd moved the line in, so they'd made the pitch smaller as well. But like, I think they did it as a, you know, to try and put us off our game, whereas we kind of found it quite amusing in a way. The atmosphere at that game is a game I remember because obviously I'm taking throw-ins, I'm playing right back, and I'm right on the edge line next to the Parisian fans, and they're throwing toilet paper on the pitch and stuff. Me and the right winger we're not getting hit by anything, but it's just trying to intimidate us. They were chanting when we came out on the pitch. It was a game that I really enjoyed in that respect.
Brazil, did you think it was a penalty?
Funny enough, the referee for that game, she came up to me in the next game and said, oh, I'm really sorry, it wasn't a penalty. I remember even arguing with Martin. She was like, yeah, it was a penalty. I was like, I literally was not a penalty. But I guess that's part of being a defender. People don't know, but I actually played in midfield in a training camp, but it was kind of a hush-hush thing. He told me a few weeks before, yeah, you're going to play in midfield. And I was excited. Although Megan Rapinoe and Tobin Heath play on the wing, they come in a lot. So I was kind of involved in all of their best players with the three in midfield, the wingers are coming in, so it was exciting, and I mean, we got a good result. It felt good to finally kind of stamp our foot down and win a trophy, and against top teams as well. That made people realise that England were a good team and we're kind of here to stay. That was a lot of fun. I remember the first game we were playing at home in our big stadium, and our first half was amazing, that we kind of blew off a little bit in the second half, then their second half was amazing, and it's a great game. I enjoy playing against PSG, I enjoy playing against Wolfsburg because they're the top teams that challenge you. But yeah, when we played them away, that game was just crazy. We started off on fire, we got the away goals, two teams just going at it for goals on top of each other, and it was a good game to be part of, and I think it would have been a good game to watch as a fan as well. You know, we know we're capable of beating any team 5-6-0, but you know, at the same time, if a team plays well, they can push us as well, which is how we had a 1-1 with them. But 5-0, everything just kind of clicked and the goals just kind of flowed through. It was really exciting, and for the French girls, they absolutely loved it. It was like winning the Champions League, just that game for them.
Then you beat Dijon.
So yeah, to finally just sealed that game, knowing that it's guaranteed, the league's done with. You know that that's in the locker, and then you've just got two more focuses. I think people don't always appreciate how hard it is to focus on so many competitions at the same time, regardless of how good you might be and the talent you have. It's still hard to keep your focus and your drive, and that's the expectation at Lyon. It's every single game is a win, because you've got to have that focus to win the trophies.
How hungry were you to beat Lyon in that final?
I mean, even the quarter-final, having to beat PSG, that was like the real big game for us. Knowing that we have to take them out of the competition because of the kind of controversial win that they had the year before. And yeah, for me personally, to get my hands on that trophy, that was the trophy that I was missing in terms of the French league. So it was good to kind of tick that box and get that done.
And then obviously later that year you end the season with the Champions League.
That kind of reminded me of the PSG 5-0 game, where it just kind of clicked, and when our players, every single one of them are on form and they're clicking, they're fit, they're firing, that's the kind of things that we can do. Because I think there was people saying, oh, it's not competitive. I'm like, Barcelona are a good team. You know, we struggled against them last year in the Champions League, narrowly beating them. But I think we were so focused and so honed in that it just clicked. Everything went together, and within that first 25-30 minutes, it was game over, game done, job done, and get through the 90 and pick the trophy up. And then I think in the World Cup, it was more, people was like, there was an expectation that England should win, because England are now classed, like I said, as a top team. In Scotland, it's their first World Cup. But I mean, the game didn't show the difference. So there was that rivalry on the pitch, a bit of nudging and budging and barging, but at the end of the game it was good that we got the win, we got off to a good start, which is what we wanted. Phil had told us that some of the Norwegian players had been saying that England don't really like to run and they're not this fit team. And there's me and Jill Scott thinking, well, that's kind of what our game's based around, is this hard work and hard to beat. First 10 minutes, it was both myself and Jill who were involved in the first 2 goals. I think that was the most satisfying thing for me in that entire game. But maybe they left us a little bit tired for the next game. I'm still downbeat. I mean, you know, every time I see a VAR decision in the Premier League or on the TV, I just think of Ellen White's offside goal by this much. You know, that's the reason we weren't in the final. Yeah, I mean, it would have made it just 2-2, but I think in the dying moments of the game, I feel like we were kind of on top. We was on top before that, and it kind of gave them a chance to settle back into the game and see out the game, which they know how to do. You know, they're a top team. I've said it before, it's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life because of those little things that didn't quite go in our favour with slight margins. I don't enjoy winning individual awards, especially the silver ball kind of fell with no meaning for me, because the whole point of winning those awards is winning the World Cup, and ultimately I would trade every single one of them awards, every single award that I have at home, just to win the World Cup. That's regardless of what I did at Lyon and at England. As an individual, as a team, the World Cup is the biggest disappointment, and it will always be.